Transit Service, moving forward.
Good morning, Wilmington. Good morning, Wilmington. I say good morning, Wilmington. Wake up, y'all. Come on, have a great day. Ooh.
What's happening, y'all? It's your main man, Big Ivy, talking to town, Mr. DETV. And as you can see, we're having so much fun here on set. And today I have a very special guest host, a pillar, that's right, a cornerstone, the matriarch.
Oh my gosh.
Tina Betz.
Yes, well, thank you very, very much. I'm going to take that. Now, I do want to warn you, and I've been warning everybody for the past 5 days, that I have a cough. It is not contagious. I promise I will not infect you. So if I have to cough, take a drink of water, please forgive me.
No forgiving. This is our network. We can do that.
We can cough?
We can cough.
All
we
right,
can
okay,
sneeze,
fine. That's fantastic. Hi, Big Eye.
How are you?
Great, thank you. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Such an honor having you here.
Thank you.
And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Appreciate it.
How's everything going?
Everything's going great. I mean, for a time of the year when we're not usually busy, we are really busy.
Who's not busy? The mayor's office?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like December, but we're really, really busy. I mean, for example, tonight we're bringing back which was an annual favorite for years. It was called Caroling on the Square. We've changed the name to Light Up the Square, right in Rodney Square.
That's where the big tree is, right?
The big tree, we haven't lit it yet because we're going to save that for tonight when the mayor flips the switch, along with a lot of other friends, and we're going to light up Rodney Square. Not just a tree. 6 o'clock it begins. There'll be face painters. The library will be there for a book giveaway.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, it's a big thing. We'll have performers. Jay Street will be performing. We have Arisha Watson performing. We have a small children's chorus that will be performing. A small army band. Something that's going to be like a lot of fun.
Oh wow!
A lot of fun. Yeah.
I love it. Light up the square. A lot of fun.
Light up the square. Rodney Square.
All right, what else is going on at the mayor's office?
Well, on the 22nd of this month, we'll be at the Delaware Art Museum with the Wilmington Children's Chorus and Cartoon Christmas Trio.
Love it.
It's a beautiful thing, and we've been doing this for many, many years, and that's become a holiday favorite for a lot of people. And tickets for that sell out really, really quickly.
You heard
so
that.
I suggest going onto the City Fest website and checking it out because they sell like wildfire. Of course, tonight's event is free. It's open to the public.
And then when it comes to kids, and first of all, let me say this. I am being happily bombarded with all the things that these kids are doing.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
The children's choirs and the choruses with the kids and the carolers. I think the spirit of this season just needs to continue every damn day. From Thanksgiving, Christmas to every day.
Every single day, every month of the year, every day of the month. I mean, we need to do this. And, the thing that the children always bring a lot of joy and a lot of special to everything that they're involved with.
Yeah.
So we try to involve young people in everything that we do.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great.
Wow. Speaking of children, who we have today?
Well, we have Dr. Kim or Dr. K, Dr. Kim Krzanowski, who started a new program called the Early Childhood Innovation Center in partnership with Delaware State University. And it's a fantastic program. We were chatting about it just a little bit before we went on, and it's so exciting for the good work that you're doing. So welcome, Dr. K.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We like to call you a capeless superhero.
Oh, I'll take that.
That's what DETV calls
Well,
it.
you don't know. She may have a cape.
Oh,
I might underneath this jacket.
Yeah, don't make any assumptions.
Do you have a superwoman pose?
Everyone.
Let me
does.
see it. Let me see
Everyone.
a superwoman pose.
Well, a traditional one would be like this, but for me, I'd probably be like this.
There you go. That's a superwoman pose if I've ever seen one.
Yes,
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, so tell us a little bit more about what you got going on down at the issue.
I would love to. So thank you again for having me. So the ECIC was born just a few months ago. Actually, we launched in July of 2023, but we've been planning this work for, I would say, a good 10 years.
Oh, wow.
The state has really invested in early childhood over the past few years, and through very generous contributions and some real thinking differently, the governor's office decided to reallocate some federal funds, some ARPA funds during COVID, because because, early childhood professionals have always been superheroes.
Right.
And when they were deemed essential personnel, suddenly everyone's sort of ears and heads kind of perked up a little bit, because everything could have shut down without these dedicated professionals caring for children, while police officers, firefighters, teachers, anyone who was going to work. So the governor's office decided that they wanted to really double down and invest much more in a different way. So they came to the Department of Education, which I was a director of the Office of Early Learning previously, and they said, what can we do? What's the biggest impact? And I said, you have to focus on the provider, on the professional. So a few years later, we designed the ECIC, the Early Childhood Innovation Center at DSU. DSU was the perfect partner for a lot of different reasons, but because number one, it's Delaware's only HBCU. Number two, the liveliness and infectious leadership of Dr. Tony Allen. And third, because the population of women, mostly women of color that we are serving, it was a great fit for DSU. So although we're centered there, we're housed at DSU, we serve and we partner with all of the institutes of higher education to offer scholarships for early childhood professionals. And we're talking about people who are working with children birth to age 5 in family child care, center-based programs, some school districts. So we have basically removed or tried to remove any barrier that would be in place for people going back to school. So we offer a scholarship program for a credential, an international credential called the Child Development Associate. We offer a scholarship for associate's or bachelor's degree. We have a robust career advisement program, and we do all of this under one house. So the innovation of what we're doing is because we are unapologetically advocating for the people who do this work each and every day.
Great.
So we remove barriers such as technology. Everyone in our program gets a laptop. It's yours to use for the entire duration of your career. We give you a stipend every semester or during your program that you can use for what I call life.
Right.
You can use it for transportation, childcare, because how are you going to go to school if you have to have care for your own children?
Right.
And then we also do completion bonuses at the end, which is really exciting, that at the end of your credential, associate's or bachelor's degree, you can get either $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000. And that's really important for me to mention, because the average hourly rate of people doing this important work in Delaware is about $11 an hour.
Wow, that's surprising. That's surprising.
It's a national issue. Delaware is not the only one that's affected by this compensation issue. So although the ECIC, we haven't solved the compensation issue, we have programs designed to lessen that and to give people financial incentives to keep them going. Because for us, if you really want to have a pathway out of poverty, getting higher education, access to credentials, removing barriers is what we aim to do at the ECIC.
So how do you recruit the professionals that take advantage of what you're offering?
So they are out there. So there is about 6,000 people in the state of Delaware currently doing this work. So prior to July, our launch, we were on Zoom in the community. Anyone that would talk to us, we were telling them about the program. And when we launched, we had over 700 applications.
Wow.
People want to do this. They want to go back to school. They want to get a credential. This is a profession. So part of being a profession is professionalizing your own career. So we had over 700 applications after we went through, because there are eligibility criteria. We have over 300 people who are currently working with us right now to get that international credential and to get their associate's and bachelor's degree.
And if people want to know what those eligibility criteria are, how is it that they find out about it? Do you have a website?
We do. Okay. Yes, we have a website, ECIC. At desu.edu, or our social media. Our handle is ECIC Delaware. You can find us anywhere. We're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, Instagram. Facebook tends to be our largest social media. Sign up for our mailing list. You can get on our link tree. That is where you can find all the information. But simply, you have to be working in licensed childcare for at least 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
That is really the only eligibility criteria we have.
That's easy.
So
That's easy. That's the easy button right
That's
there.
the easy button.
Yeah.
That's the easy button. So we do want to get as many people as we can access to higher education.
Yeah.
We have our application will be opening again in the spring for the fall semester. So you know the saying, build it and they will come.
Yeah.
They're here.
Yeah.
They're here. They want to do it. And it's all about themselves as professionals, but that trickles down to the children and families in their programs.
Right.
So if someone goes to school for an associate's degree, that's going to trickle back down into that classroom every single day, and that'll trickle down into the community.
Now, have you seen this model somewhere else, and how great did it work for it to now be implemented here?
So we took the best of the best. So across the country, there were programs doing sprinkling of this, sprinkling of that. So we researched this really a long time, hard, and then we finally realized what works in this state, we're going to take the best of that. What works in that state, we're going to take that, and we've compiled it into our program. The goal is for this to become a national model. We're starting in Delaware.
Right.
We're proving the return on investment. We're proving the success model, and then we hope other states will then take what we have and then in turn duplicate it.
Sure, that's what a great idea. And you took 10 years, so you took your time, made sure you did all of your research, and then the money followed your good idea. Do you have a maximum capacity of professionals that you can have in a program at any one time?
Well, yes and no. So it's obviously we have a budget, but interestingly enough, when individuals go to higher education, they have to fill out a financial aid application.
Right.
So there are other scholarships and other funds that majority of our population is eligible for. So that stretches the state's dollar even more so, because many people will get a Pell Grant or other scholarships. So we have students who we pay 100% through our tuition funds, and then some we pay $500, depending on what other funds are available.
Right.
So we could actually help more students along the way. But to start in July and have over 300 people,
that's amazing.
We're very, very proud of that.
What are the students saying about it? Now you know you got the policymakers.
Yep.
You got Dr. K like bigging it up. What are the students saying?
They are thrilled, and I would love it if we could have some of them come back sometime and talk about this.
That would be great.
We have testimonials. We have students saying, this is what I needed. This is what's going to get me over the hump. I've always wanted to do this, and now I have technology stipends, completion bonuses. They are thrilled because they see themselves as professionals in a professional program that's rewarding them, incentivizing them for getting that degree. And once you have that degree, I tell them all the time, no one can take that away from you, and we can help you get that.
So can you just follow me, if you will, right? Mother in the community with a bunch of barriers already in front of her, right? Here's about this program, signs up, barrier free, goes through the program, graduates. Now we're talking about the changing of life.
Right.
We're talking about bloodline change. We're talking about and then
breaking that cycle. Because many times there's a cycle.
Yeah.
And so it's breaking a cycle.
Yeah, breaking that cycle and now having a whole new lifestyle that they're showing their kids and their mom and dad.
Yeah. And the importance of education. Do you stress parental involvement when you're speaking with these professionals? Because many times that's the missing piece of the puzzle, of parental involvement, and many of those barriers that exist for the professionals that are part of your program also exist for the parents, to become as involved as they need to be to have success.
Yes, so we stress, we have wonderful coaches and folks on our team that not only talk about the academics, but the life aspect of it. Where's your support? What support do you need? What resources do you need to have that we can help find in the community for you? Great story is we have quite a few mother-daughter combos, duos.
Oh, wow.
So we have a mother and a daughter going to school either for the same degree, or maybe one's working on an associate's and one's working on the national credential, but talk about life-changing and that pathway out of poverty and that cycle. We have quite a few stories like that where mom has gone and inspired the daughter or the son. We actually have quite a few men in our program as well, which we were very excited, many more than I thought. So although traditionally this work is predominantly female dominated, we do have males who are in our program, and we're thinking about doing a special highlight on them because that's just as important, right? To see a strong male figure doing this work is, and might I say, we have all the males. I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but many of the males are males of color. So we have just a wonderful opportunity to share their stories within this field.
And what the age range? Your youngest and your oldest who are participating currently in the program?
We have students in high school, so we have a partnership with Newcastle County VOTEC. So we're working with their early childhood pathway programs at Hodson and St. George's.
Nice.
So we have juniors and seniors in high school who will come out with the credential, and then we have women in their 60s.
Oh, great!
Late 60s, early 70s, who are saying, "This is it. This is my time. I always wanted to do this, and now with this program, I have the extra support that I need."
So it's multi-generational.
Yes.
And again, it's the Early Childhood Innovation Center.
Yes.
So if folks just want to Google Early Childhood Innovation Center, then that will take them to a lot of the information that they need to find out more about the program.
Yeah, it should take them right to our website. They might want to say Delaware Early Childhood Innovation Center.
Okay.
That'll take them to our website, and through that they can find out about our programs, about our social media, and they can get on our mailing list, because that's the most important. Get on the mailing list, because that's where all the latest and greatest updates come from.
So, Doc, you have to come back. I'm going to give you an open invitation now, because I think this is something.
You need some testimonials.
Yeah, we need testimonials.
People who have gone through the program.
Yeah, I would love to hear that, because I think when you look at Delaware in a whole and what it's doing, especially now with this, right, we definitely need it.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's definitely a need, and just the impact alone that it will make upon this community. Oh my God, I would love to hear the testimony after, like 300 people signed up. I want to hear from all 300 people.
We will be having, so most of our credential folks will be done in June.
Okay.
And we will be having a really large recognition graduation ceremony
There we go.
for them.
Yeah.
So there might be something right there to pull in some folks.
Nice.
And we also we have graduates who are graduating now in December, and then we'll have some who are also graduating in the spring. So it's very exciting. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
People need this. It's a statewide program, let me add, not just in the city of Wilmington or Newcastle County. It's statewide, and we have a nice representation up and down from the city of Wilmington down to Seaford.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yes.
That's good to hear.
So we heard about all that. I'm fascinated with the why. Why are you doing it? Why are you spearheading it?
It's a lifelong dream. I've been in Delaware. I've been working in early childhood as a classroom teacher and administrator. I say it to the team all the time, you got to have street cred. I believe that I do. People know me. I'm passionate about this work, and I'm passionate about giving people who may not have had all the exposure, experiences, and resources that I personally may have had, giving that back to them in a one-stop shop. I know for a fact that if we do not focus on people working and children in birth to 5, there is no way they're going to be ready for kindergarten. They're going to hit 3rd grade reading and writing. They're going to graduate. It's research based.
Yeah.
It's important.
We can't escape it anymore. And the people that are doing this, right, and they're only making $11 an hour, we have some serious conversations to talk about as long around compensation. But this program can give you a degree and a credential and get you on your way to actually build your career.
Right.
That's why I'm so passionate about it, because it's the people that I've been working with for a number of years. It's new people, and it's about the children and the families.
I love it. Dr. K.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
In our community. Really appreciate it. So I'll see you back in June.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what do you think?
I think this is important work. I mean, especially from birth to childhood. Sometimes we step into our young people's lives, maybe they're right at that place where they can go in either direction.
Right.
And talking to them and giving them what they need prior to that point is just important. It's necessary.
It's necessary.
Absolutely necessary. So this type of work that Dr. K is doing is just incredible.
Yeah. So next up, and we might as well, and I didn't realize this, we have a theme going on here, and it's education. So we have 2 students that are now in college that were a part of the Teen Warehouse, that 4 teens by teens that were on the first committee, if I believe, that put that together, that are now in college, and that's giving back and giving scholarships back.
There you go.
We have them on a Zoom, but we'll be right back after this message. You don't want to miss this.
DETV DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Good morning, Wilmington. I say good morning, Wilmington.
Welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. It's your main man, Big Ivy, talking to town, and Mr. DETV here with my specially monarch cornerstone co-host.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I have to go someplace else where they are, saying the same things you're saying. It's going to be a big letdown.
Just take me
you know
with
what I
you.
mean? Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
like, introducing.
Well, it's my pleasure, my honor to be here.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Just keep on the road of education.
Yeah.
And motivation and inspiration.
There is no subject that's more important than education.
Yeah, and today
None.
today we have one of the founders of the Teen Warehouse. I'm super excited to have her here. And one of the other person we have is a part of the Teen Warehouse, and they both go to Howard University. Nice. Who we got, Miss Tina? We have
Tariah Hyland and also Janasia Blake.
Ladies.
Is it Janasia Blake?
Hey,
okay,
ladies.
Fantastic. Nice to have you here.
How you doing, ladies?
Good. How are you all?
Thank you. I know you're in the middle of class and all that at Howard. First of all, how's college life?
Yeah.
It's been a journey, but it's good. It flies by super fast. I'm a junior now, so
wow.
It's been going really fast, but it's great and nothing like an HBCU education.
I hear that.
And I'm always curious, what is your major?
I'm a junior political science major, legal communications minor from Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay, great.
How about you, Ms. Blake? How you enjoying it?
As a freshman, I love Howard so much. I've grown so much within the first semester. I cannot wait for the next semester.
That's great. So for one semester behind you. So what are you looking forward to? Well, first of all, what are you looking forward to giving back based on your experience with the Teen Warehouse and how important that is to connect with people who could use the types of things that you use? So what is the message that you've taken away that you want to give back?
Honestly, the biggest thing I want to give back is knowledge. A lot of things are available to teens that are trying to apply for college that we aren't aware of. So I have been exposed to a lot of scholarships and mentors and people that have surrounded me and helped guided me into getting into Howard, and I want to give back those resources to help someone else.
How about you, Ms. Hyland?
Yeah, so I actually didn't have as much experience within the teen warehouse as Jameer, as being one of the founding teens, and then Janasia being really immersed into the teen warehouse culture. But just the brief introduction that I did have to the teen warehouse was really powerful, just to see how much of it was teen-led and spearheaded, and really driven by students and the work that they're doing. And so that has been really impactful for me, especially being able to look at that and observe it, and now apply that to my experiences being in college.
So Tariah, when the Teen Warehouse first started, you were there at the very beginning. What types of challenges did you find, or did you use any knowledge that you had gathered from from similar programs? How is it? What was that? How did you get started as a founding member?
So I actually wasn't a founding member of the Teen Warehouse. Oh, okay. So Jameer can more so speak to that experience. But like I said, I only had more so the volunteer experience with the Teen Warehouse. But I wasn't necessarily there in the beginning, which is something that I wish I was a part of. But unfortunately, I didn't know much about it until later.
How about that takeaway? Like, what did you learn there that that you're using now as a junior in college? I remember when Logan had the idea and he was pitching the idea, and a lot of people frowned upon the idea, right? For teens, by teens, and teens created. Right. But what did you take away that you're now in college? Come on, Howard, right? And you're just like, hey, this is like DSU made me. Like, what did you take away from the warehouse?
I think just, again, that significance of it being so student-led, student-driven, that, approach to centering student voice was really impactful for me. So then being in college, already feeling empowered as a student and as a leader, it has really impacted my trajectory on leadership in college. And more so on a larger scale within Delaware, when I was in high school, I had a lot of I was really immersed and involved in community. I had the opportunity of serving as an expert witness for House Bill 198, which was a mandate in Black Studies education within the state of Delaware. So even that experience really empowered me as a student and as a leader. So then when I got to Howard, I was even more fueled to do well and to dominate the space that I was in. So I, got really immersed into student government and civic engagement work on campus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just jump right on in there.
Yeah.
And Janasia, in addition to the studying and your schoolwork, do you have any extracurricular activities, Janasia, that you're involved in? I know as a freshman, it's kind of hard to add extracurricular activities right out of the box. Are there other things that you're doing?
Yes. So with this being my first semester, so far I have joined an organization called Ladies of the Quad, and basically they are geared towards sisterhood, scholarship, and service, and they have really assisted me this semester with getting acclimated in the Howard community.
Yeah.
Now I saw on LinkedIn, I follow her on LinkedIn, right, Ms. Hyland, and you guys got a little scholarship going on. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Jameer and I, we started our first inaugural scholarship fund called the HBCU SOAR Scholarship. And that's something that Jameer and I have really been passionate about since we had even been accepted into Howard. And now as we have matriculated as juniors and, have been really immersed into the college environment, we have really grown immense pride for the state of Delaware and all that we received with being students that come from a small city, specifically Wilmington, Delaware. And so something that is really near to our hearts, Jameer and I, is service and pouring back into our communities, with Jameer's experience with the Teen Warehouse and then my experience with, advocacy within the state of Delaware and empowering student voice. We have really been passionate about service and pouring into youth. And so a way that we figured out to do that was to create a scholarship fund for students from Delaware that were pursuing an HBCU education. Because we've seen firsthand the financial burden that, not only going to college, but sometimes going to an HBCU may present. And so we decided to do something about that and to play a role in impacting students that are coming from our state, which is why we created the scholarship fund that, we're able to, offer mentorship in addition to the scholarship for the students. So Janasia is our first recipient, and we're really looking forward to making it an annual initiative.
And how is it that students who are interested can access information about the scholarship fund?
Yeah, so we just concluded our first cycle with, our new recipient, Janasia Blake. So next year we'll be upping up our marketing. So we'll be posting it on social media, and we're gonna try to work on getting it published in more Delaware networks, but it will be opening in June of next year. And that'll be like more of an annual reoccurring basis where it'd be every June, and then it'll be yearly.
Okay. Now, you got to come back and when it opens, right, so we can tell the people, so you can tell the people, hey, this is what's happening, because I would love, I thought it was, just seeing that, right, just how my grandma used to say, warmed my heart, right? And so congratulations to you both for starting that and giving back, because a lot of people, when they get out there, they don't come back. Right. But thank you for coming back. But Ms. Blake, I have to ask you as a recipient, what was that like for you?
I was so honored to receive this scholarship. Honestly, I admire Jameer and Tariah. They have put in so much work since coming to Howard, and I want to follow in their footsteps. And I know from the mentorship that I'll have the tools to do so. I
love it. Now, let me ask you both. The question is for both of you. Knowing what you know now, leaving Wilmington, I'm from Southbridge, East Side, right? And for you leaving Wilmington and now, out there and seeing what real world experience is like, right? No mom, no dad there with you. What advice would you give the students at the warehouse to get prepared, or whatever it is? What advice would you give them?
I would, go ahead, Janasia.
Okay, my advice to teens at the warehouse would be to take that leap of faith. Put it in the work early so that you can benefit from it in the future. Honestly, some of your friends might be out partying right now or doing other things, but you should be focusing on your future and focusing on setting yourself up for success.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And Tariah?
Yeah, I would definitely say to really lean on your village. I think so many people, especially young people, try to run out of Delaware and just leave everything behind. But going away to school really stressed the importance of your community at home and your village. So I would really emphasize that to students. Don't be afraid to lean on your community. Don't fully depend on them, but it's okay to lean on them and to, receive support from them, because, when things get hard, when you're away from home or when you haven't yet found your community, you can always go home and find that safety, or lean on the safety within your village. And then also something I would say is to do things scared, because it can also be scary, leaving such a small town that Delaware is, and finding the world, all that's in the world ahead of us. And it can be scary, but to do it anyway, because that's where real greatness is within that scary feeling. But it's, where, the great things are is, being able to do those things even when you're scared.
I love it. I'm always believing in future thinking, right? So you graduate. What's next for you when you both finish college? What's next?
Who do you want to take?
So I'm coming up on it. It happened so fast. I literally remember the first day of my freshman year like it was yesterday. And so now, being a junior, I've been thinking about it more recently. And so right now, I'm definitely going to be going to grad school, and getting a master's in public policy, and then eventually maybe going to law school. But that's where I'm aiming towards now. But I don't know really specifically what I'm going to do after that, but I do know that I'm going to pursue a career of impact and change. And whatever that will be, I know that all of the work that I do will be centered in that.
Well, the legal profession can use more people like you.
That's right. I'm such a fan of y'all. I am. And I tell you what, when you're doing your next scholarship, I'm going to tack on $500 with you. All right. I'm happy for you ladies, and my main man. I appreciate what you're doing, because it means so much.
Absolutely.
What's the song? Children of the Future.
Yeah.
Let them lead the way. I'm happy you the kids of the future. So yeah. Oh God, Miss Blake. Okay, what your plans after college? What you gonna do?
So after I earned my PhD, I want to become a forensic psychologist, and I want to work within the criminal justice system to support people's mental health and guide them to making healthier lifestyle choices. And then after I get acclimated within my career, I want to open up a nonprofit organization in an underserved community, either Wilmington or somewhere near Howard. And it will be equipped with mental health services, holistic treatment, and ultimately like a safe space for people to come, like free of worry and harm, basically.
I love it.
Well, congratulations, Ms. Tariah Hyland and Ms. Janasia Blake. Congratulations, much success to you as you go through Howard and beyond.
Oh God, I'm just sitting here like I'm sitting here like just I'm happy for you ladies and my main man. I'm happy for y'all because again, it's not like we're talking to someone that lives, you know, on the East Coast.
These are our people.
These are our people. They're homegrown. North Side, East Side, West Side, South Bridge.
Thank you.
I love it.
And Teen Warehouse.
And Teen Warehouse. Shout out to Teen Warehouse and Logan
and Mr.
Aaron
Logan.
and the whole staff over there for doing a great job. But ladies, this is not about them. This is about you. So we like to say thank you for doing what you're doing. And we're going to make sure we keep you ladies and my main man in our prayers and in our wallet.
Yeah, and keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you now.
Take care.
What you think, Miss Tina?
Listen, I mean, this is what we're talking about when we talk about the future.
Yeah.
These young ladies and, you know, many people like them and the things that I mean, because there are resources out there that you can take advantage of, but not use to the highest degree that you can use them, you know?
Yeah, and while we're talking about taking advantage of, HBCU Week, one of the biggest things that's happened on this side of the Mason-Dixon has helped over 6,000 Delaware Wilmington kids, raising over $70 million, getting them into college for free. We actually have one of the recipients of a scholarship here, Heather McKoy and her mom are here in the building to talk about their experience for HBCU Week. So we'll be right back after this message. Is it message?
It is.
We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Good morning, Wilmington.
The Delaware Mortgage Relief Program is still accepting applications. Funding is limited. Apply today. This grant program provides up to $50,000 to qualified Delaware families for eligible housing-related expenses, such as future or delinquent mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowners association fees, or water or sewage fees. Over $20 million has already been dispersed statewide. The Delaware Mortgage Relief Program. Visit online or call 888-303-4324 for more information.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future. But Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances. And now, I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
You know the why for state-of-the-art fitness centers and amazing pools.
But we're so much more.
The why is where Delawareans improve their health.
Where our communities get stronger.
Where everyone belongs.
It's where we battle chronic disease.
Where cancer survivors restore their mind and body.
And weight loss goals become lifelong habits.
We are the why.
Good for you and good for the community.
Good morning, Wilmington. I say good morning, Wilmington.
Welcome back. It is your main man, Big Ivan, talking to town, Mr. DETV, with my lovely monarch of a co-host, Tina Betz.
Hi, Mr. I. How are you?
I'm well.
It's good to be here, man.
I'm super.
And you know, we have a theme this morning.
Yes.
And the theme has been education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even see it coming.
Well, it's here. I mean, and it's such an important theme to have, and it's an important subject to talk about.
So the first person we had on was Dr. K talking about early childhood innovation center at DSU, and then we had two amazing students, Miss Blake and Miss Hyland.
Yeah.
From the Teen Warehouse that's doing some amazing
now
things.
In college.
At Howard University.
Took, advantage of the services and the resources provided by the Teen Warehouse.
And next up, we have Arden McKoy, a senior at Odessa High School. And let's give it up for her because she is in the first graduating class.
Yeah.
All right, how are you doing, Arden McKoy?
I'm good.
Thanks
how
for
are
coming.
you?
Thanks
Thank
Doing
you.
great. She's the first one who asked us how we were this morning. We're fine.
We're
Thank you.
great. We're great. But we're better now because we heard some amazing things about you. You participated in HBCU Week.
Yes.
How was that?
It was fun. I came prepared. I was wearing business attire.
Okay.
And I had my transcript and my test scores in hand. And I got accepted into 4 colleges and a scholarship to DSU and Lincoln and Livingston.
Just like that?
Yes.
Wow. How impressive. What?
Full rides, half rides, partial rides? What were they?
To DSU, it was full tuition paid for 4 years. To Lincoln, it was initially I think it was $7,000, but I got an email. Now it's $32,000. And
they realized they messed up. They're like, can't let her go.
Wait a minute, from $7,000 to $32,000?
Yeah.
Wow, goodness.
You know, my grandma would say maybe box that and play that number.
Yeah.
And then Lincoln, I got $7,000. I mean, Livingston, I got $7,000.
Okay.
And before we went on the air, you've now been accepted or gotten acceptance letters from a total of 8?
Yes.
Colleges?
8
Who
colleges.
were they?
I got accepted to Clark Atlanta,
Congrats.
University of Delaware, DSU, Livingston, Lincoln, Morgan State, North Carolina Central, and Old Dominion.
My gosh.
Miss
And
Tina,
you still have applications out there
Yes.
that you're waiting to hear from.
Yes. Today I'm waiting for FAMU, and then my other applications come in later in the month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're on a track.
Yes.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. So when those letters come in, into the mail, what is that feeling that you get?
I mean, you got accepted to all these colleges. That's
Yeah.
like these HBCUs. That is insane.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous for at least 2 colleges because I'm really hoping that I get into them. And I know it's
what are those? What are the 2?
Spelman and Howard.
Okay.
Because they're really competitive.
Yes.
So
right.
I'm just nervous. Like the other ones, I was kind of figuring, I may be able to get into them, but Spelman and Howard, I'm just like. Oh.
What would you major in?
Political science or criminal justice.
I love it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You're our second political science person here today.
Yeah, I want to be a lawyer. So.
There we go. And again, we need people who look like you to be in the legal field.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That HBCU experience, was it something that you thought it was? Was it over more than you thought it was going to be?
Like just HBCUs in general?
No, that HBCU week.
The week that just going into the field house.
I heard about it at school. I didn't really know it was a thing until this year. So I heard about it at school and everyone was like, oh, we're going there to party, or there was going to be a lot of people. So I was kind of nervous. But when we first arrived, I saw the line was wrapped around the building. I was like, oh.
You was ready to go home.
Yes. I was like, let's just turn around. But then I just did it, and it turned out to be better than I thought it was. And everyone was having fun. There was music playing.
Right.
I never did anything like that.
What would you say to the naysayers, the people that don't think that HBCU Week is what it is?
I would just say, I guess you're not getting accepted. I don't know. I mean, you can go and get accepted. Why would you just pass up the opportunity? It's easy. So just try and do it at least. If you don't do it, then you'll never know what will happen. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. So in addition to because you mentioned that a lot of it, that some of it was also fun, which is important. Yeah. Having fun is an important part of life. Of course, you go to college, you have to make studying and getting that education your priority, but that has to be sprinkled with some fun. So during HBCU Week, did you take advantage of some of the other opportunities to mingle with your peers and to have a little bit of fun?
I don't think I really talked to anyone there. No. Well, I met one of my friends there, and my main focus was getting accepted because the lines were so long. Yeah. So as soon as I got there, I went right to DSU line. I didn't wait, or I wasn't in the crowd dancing or anything. I was just focused on what I had to do.
You were serious.
She was about business. She said she went in business attire.
Yeah, as soon as I got accepted to the 4th one, I just left. I was just there ready to get accepted. I was listening to the music, but I wasn't getting out of line to go party.
No, you was there for a reason. So what did your mom say about it? Like, how happy was she?
She was screaming. She was screaming. I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know. She already knew I was going to get accepted.
Yeah.
Like me, I was like, I don't know. But like parents, they're always like, yeah, you're going to be able to do it.
Well, because she know that she raised you.
Yeah.
And speaking about mom, she's here in the studio, or was, right?
Yeah.
In the studio.
I think she's watching from
watching
afar. So her baby don't get nervous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Makes a difference. Makes a difference.
What would you say to other next year seniors about HBCU Week?
I would say to go prepared. Like a lot of people didn't have the stuff that they needed. Like bring your transcripts and your test scores, dress appropriately, and just be ready to answer any questions or meet with like admissions counselors or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do you think dressing appropriately helps you?
I think so, yeah. Because like if I'm an admissions counselor and someone walks up to me and they have like, I don't know, something that's not like appropriate, then I'm just, I don't know.
What's the first impression
Yeah.
that you make before you even open up your mouth or show your transcripts and your grades? I mean, that first, you get beyond that, and then you can add all of the other things that are also very important.
But then when you also go into like the real world, like you have to dress appropriately for whatever you do. So
yeah.
Start early, I guess.
Well, Arden, I'm happy for you. I'm extremely happy for you.
Well, she has I mean, look at her. She has a
lawyer glow.
Successful attitude and perspective about life. And she went to HBCU Week focused and prepared. And I mean, that is really good advice for folks who will be coming out to next year's HBCU. Go focused, go prepared, go an appropriate dress. And then after you get finished with your business, you can party and have some fun, because that is important to have some of that in your life.
Yes.
I love it. Arden, thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate you.
And she's got to tell us, when all of these other letters come in that are going to give you positive news, let us know where it is that you've decided to bless your choice with.
You gotta tell us.
I don't even know how to choose at this point. Like, it's like they're all like up there. Like, I have to. I think I have to make a list, like pros and cons or something.
Absolutely.
Because you have a list. Yeah. Like a list of I can go here, I can go here. I don't want to go there. Yeah. But dang, how does that feel for you? That
I applied to 20 colleges, but I think the more you get accepted, the harder it gets. And then the more you visit the colleges, it just becomes harder, because before I went to NCAT, I just went there recently. I was like, I might not go there. But as soon as I went there, I'm like, now it's top 3. So
who other colleges did you visit?
I visited Howard, Spelman, NCAT, DSU, and UD. I think those were all the ones I visited.
Right.
But I'm going to visit more. But the more you visit, it's like
it makes it difficult. But we can tell that she's very smart.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. So you'll do your pros and your cons, and I know that your mom will help you work through the process.
Yes.
Making the decision.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Arden, thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you here at Good Morning Wilmington. And good luck on picking. Not getting accepted, but picking the university, the HBCU.
Yeah.
That's going to be blessed to have you.
Thank you.
You got it. Miss Tina?
Yes. Mr. Big Eye?
I'm happy inside.
This felt good today, didn't it?
It did. It felt like we did a thing.
Yeah. These young people doing wonderful things and moving off in the world. Wonderful.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You, as Grandmom said, you being long in the tooth, right? Been around.
Been around the block a few times.
And seen some things.
Yeah.
Right? How does it feel, like this conversation that we had with the younger people, seeing that they're making moves, that they're the Coretta Scott Kings and the Nikki Giovannis and the wonderful women.
Sisterhood.
Yeah, sisterhood.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that there are young people out there doing, the things that the young people who we just had a sampling of told us about today. I'm totally not surprised. I mean, sometimes our focus, or I should say, sometimes the highlight or the spotlight is on, our young people who simply aren't making good choices at, one point in their life.
Yeah.
The spotlight needs to be shown more on the young people, such as the people we've had on your show this morning, Ivan. I mean, those are the ones that are making a difference. And I would venture to say, I'd bet the farm that there are more of those young people than there are young people who maybe are not making really good choices right now.
I agree wholeheartedly. We need to find them.
Absolutely.
We need to find them and highlight them.
And they're easy to find.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not out there making, a bunch of noise. So
just go to the Teen Warehouse.
There you go. Okay.
Let's start there. All right, it's your main man, Big Ivy, talking to town, Mr. DETV. And
it's been my pleasure to be here. I'm Tina Betz from the Mayor's Office of Cultural Affairs, and thank you for letting me be your guest host today.
You got to come back.
You have to. Anytime.
Do me a favor before we get out of here.
Yes.
Tell them about the new amphitheater.
Oh my gosh, yes, the Urban Arts Exchange, which is, we're in our winter, in our off season right now, but we'll be starting our season next spring. We'll kick it off in April. If even though we're not doing concerts there right now, Tish Williams is over there doing a couple of things, like there was a holiday marketplace. And even when there's nothing going on over there, the space has been transformed, and it's a good place to go stop by, take a look at it, at 16th and at Clifford Brown Walk.
I love it.
Please take Urban Artists Exchange.
Right around the corner.
Right about the corner.
For more information and things that's going on in the city, be sure to go to, what's the website?
City Fest Inc. Okay, just look for City Fest Inc. That will tell you all the things that we're doing out of the city. And then, of course, you have Delaware Scene for the Delaware Division of the Arts, and then the In Campaign and Out and About. So lots of stuff happening around the city. But City Fest Inc. is where we talk about the Jazz Festival, the Urban Artists Exchange, the event we're having tonight in Rodney Square, Light Up the Square, and the Wilmington Children's Chorus and Cartoon Christmas Tree. Lots of stuff going on. My goodness, right?
I don't want anyone to say there's nothing to do in
Delaware.
My
gosh.
You know what I mean? Because there always is. So with that being said, be sure to follow us, DETV, on all social media platforms. Share it with a friend. But forgive, and the moral, I got to always give you a code to live by, a charter to live by. Forgive yourself, love yourself, feed someone, but most of all, be freaking amazing. All right?
Do that.
My girl. All right, I'll see you on the other side. DETV.
Bye-bye. Thank you.